Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk to you all about fibromyalgia. And if you like what you hear and see, hit the like button, the subscribe, and share, and the notification button so when I upload new videos, you'll know when they're there. Okay, and I have wrote down some notes, so you might see me glance down at them every now and then for my reference. But with fibromyalgia, it is a chronic pain. It affects the muscles. It causes sleep problems, tingling in your fingers and toes and your skin. And there's medication out there for it that can help you, but me, I'm allergic to it, so I don't have a chance with that. But I did find out that by changing my lifestyle of way I eat, the way I live, I learned that stress is a big part of it, and you have to learn how to deal with stress, because if you don't learn how to deal with the stress, you're going to always have problems, and it's going to make those problems that you already have worse, and then it'll bring on other illness on top of that. And stress is not good for when you have chronic illness. Stress is not good, period. But I'm just saying, with chronic illness, stress is really, really bad. And I suffer with this every day. Some days it takes me forever to get out of bed. Those are my worst days. And then some days I don't even get out of bed. But living with this disease, it's an everyday thing. It's an ongoing process of learning, and I'm still learning a lot of new different things that helps me. And like I said, I have changed the way I eat, and I incorporated a whole lot of different herbs and spices into my food that will help me, with the pain, with the inflammation. It don't take it away, but it puts it at bay. It doesn't flare up as much as it used to be. I used to hurt so much till I couldn't even get out of bed, and that was really, really bad. It's you be fatigued, and sometimes you might catch me being fatigued. During my videos, I will break out in a sweat. It's not hot flashes. It's that I'm fatigued and I'm in a lot of pain. Sometimes I get those pain spurs where they come on really strong and they last for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then they're gone. They die back down, and then I won't even notice the pain is there. So it's just to that point that I'm learning a lot more about myself, going through these different autoimmune deficiencies that I have. And with fibromyalgia, I'm just gonna be blunt with it. It's where you don't want no one touching you. I don't have a time. I don't even want to touch my own self when I'm in that much pain. It hurts. My fingertips turn purple and bluish looking. It's hard. Trying to explain to people how you're feeling when you're going through all these different, your body going through a lot of different changes. And I'm very grateful and blessed, and I can talk to my Heavenly Father. And the other day someone asked me how I came about getting close to my Heavenly Father. What can I tell them about Him? Only thing I can tell you is that I know that prayers do be answered. You have to have faith and believe. And with me, I have been going through so much that I am so grateful where I can sit and talk to my Heavenly Father about anything. And when I pray to Him, and it's like my prayers are being answered, I get an answer right away. You know, I prayed on for about a year and a half about doing these videos, and every time I would pray, I would get the same answer. But I procrastinated, continue procrastinating. And last year was the wake-up call for me to say, okay, it's time to do this. And I started doing it. And I am very grateful for the subscribers I have, for all the people that have watched my videos and shared my videos. I am very grateful for you all, and thank you. And if I can help anyone else understand, you know, that you can have a normal life doing this, living with these illness, you can do it. You can actually do that. And there's a lot of different medications out there that you can take also to help you with your fibromyalgia. And there's a couple that they had tried me with, but I was allergic to. It was the gabapentin and the lyrical. My body rejected it, so I couldn't take it. Then they put me on antidepressants. My body rejected that. So only thing that helps calm my nerves is taking muscle relaxers. I take Flexeril. They have me on them for 3 times a day, but they make me sleep a lot. So I only take them now as needed. And I take them to, like, when I go for a walk or something, or if I'm going to be doing a lot of moving around that day, that I know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking and stuff, I take a muscle relaxer then. So I can be able to function. And it do makes me sleepy. But as long as I'm moving, I don't be sleepy. But once I sit and my body relax, I'm asleep. That is a done deal there. But like I said, you know, that do helps. And taking hot baths helps also for me. And I have the paraffin wax where I dip my hands and feet in. You know, when my fingers and stuff turning purple and blue and stuff, I do that. That helps also. It just, you know, you have to learn how to deal with what you're going through, and, you know, and be grateful and thankful. Because, like I said, when I was diagnosed, I had so many emotions. So much stuff was going through my head. It was hard to concentrate, to think. And I was stressed because I was worried. I had a preteen and a teenager at the time when I first got diagnosed. And I was afraid that I wouldn't be here to see them graduate from high school, start their own lives, have their own families. But I have been blessed. I have a grandson, and it's amazing to be able to sit here and say, okay, the things that I was afraid to not have, I have those things now. And I'm very happy and grateful for that. Because, you don't never know from one day to the next if you're going to be here. Tomorrow is not promised to none of us. So we have to be grateful and get closer to your Heavenly Father. And if you're depressed, please reach out to someone and talk to them. You can always talk to someone about what's going on with you. If you just don't ever sit and talk to your Heavenly Father, He's the one that understands. He's the one that knows what you're going through, because He's the one that's taking you through this. But He wants you to realize that He's there. All you got to do is call on Him. As they said, you ask and you shall receive. You knock, you shall hear. It will open. Doors will open for you, long as you have faith. It's just really, really hard to get people to understand. This outside is fine. It's fine. It's the inside that's being destroyed from the inside out. Yes, I have flare-ups. All kinds of flare-ups. My lupus will flare up at sometimes, and then sometimes all of them flare up at one time, and that's a triple whammy for me, because I am in pain. I mean, the lupus can flare up, the scleroderma, the rheumatoid arthritis, the fibromyalgia, and the pulmonary fibrosis. All those things flare up at one time. I can't do anything. Go to the urgent care and they give me a cocktail, and that lasts for about a week, but I don't be in that severe pain. And I've been very blessed. I haven't been to the urgent care. It's been a while. For my illness, it's been a while. But it's so much that goes on with your body that you don't know about. But it's best to ask and learn these different things. Do research. I learned a lot from my children, especially my son. He do a lot of research on everything. He researches out everything. So do my daughter. And my daughter been a blessing for me doing this, because she have been there. They both have. Although my son, he went into the Navy for a while, into the Navy. So he wasn't there when I was going through the really, really hard times. Because when he left and went into the Navy, I wasn't deteriorating at that time. And like I said, stress brings on a lot. And I was being supportive of him going into the military. But I was stressed and worried because I didn't know where he was going to be stationed. Was he going to be, in combat? It was really stressful. And that stress began to take a toll on my body, to the point that I was bedridden. I couldn't get out of bed because I hurt so bad. I couldn't even make it to the bathroom. And my doctor and them ended up having a nurse to come in. My daughter decided to do homeschool so she could be home with me because she couldn't concentrate while she was at school and I was at home by myself. So she did homeschool. And that's how we went through this life together, me and her, for 4 years together. We stuck together and we learned a lot. And she started looking into different things that can help me, and she found out that crystals are good healing for you. And she started getting me into crystals. And I'm sitting here playing with one now. And I listen to my meditation music. It just, I have to focus on other things than trying to focus on the pain that I'm going through. And like I said, dealing with stress, it can cripple you. It can actually kill you too if you don't know. But yeah, I found that out when I was married. The doctor told me, he said, whatever is stressing you out, whoever is stressing you out, let it go. He said, there's nothing in this world that is worth killing yourself. And stress will kill you quicker than anything. So I had to learn to let things go. And when I got sick, I had to go back and remember these things. Okay, I gotta let it go. I had to put it in God's hand. And I asked God to help me to get through this. I wouldn't question him anymore, because when I first diagnosed, I want to know why. Why me? Why is this happening to me? And I realized only God knows. He the one take you through all your trials and tribulations. And it made me stronger. I'm a stronger person than I was years ago. And I have gotten much closer to him during these times. In the last 3 years, I have lost 3 siblings. But I don't question the reason why. Because I promised God I would never question him on anything that happens involving my life around me. I wouldn't do that anymore. I would go ahead and accept it because it's God's will. And with this fibromyalgia, like I said, the main thing that you have to learn to realize dealing with fibromyalgia, let go of the stress. Stop stressing about the small things. Stop stressing about stuff that you don't have no control over, because that's what keeps you in so much pain. I mean, I was hurting, and I had to sit down and I like, Lord, help me. Take this pain away. Help me understand. And I went to sleep. I woke up. I wasn't in no whole lot of pain like I was when I went to sleep. Because the pain, I asked my Heavenly Father to take that pain away from me. I suffer a lot. Since I've been diagnosed, I have been diagnosed with other illness. I have been diagnosed with colon cancer. Since I have been diagnosed with my other illness. I have had polyp surgeries where you go in where they remove polyps from your colon. And I have to have that done every 5 years. Well, actually, no. Since they diagnosed me with colon cancer, I have to have that done every 2 years. Excuse me. But I'm getting through that. You know, with autoimmune deficiencies, the one that I have, it brings on other efficiencies. Being diagnosed with 5 at one time, I thought that, no, hey, that's it, that's the limit. No. The doctor told me that it would get worse before it get better. And I am so grateful that I decided to get closer to my Heavenly Father. So I wouldn't have to endure as much pain that I used to endure. I used to go to the doctor 3 or 4 times in 1 week. And I am so grateful for my church members that have been there with me from the beginning of this. You know, and still are. You know, it's amazing, you know, to be able to sit here and tell you all. My life wasn't that, it wasn't easy. It was hard. When I say I hit rock bottom, I have hit rock bottom. But I am coming up. I have that faith in my Heavenly Father that He's going to bring me out of this. You know, I was brought up believing that no matter what happens, God is the one that's in control. And He still is the one that's in control. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to come and express how I'm feeling and how I'm dealing with all of this that I'm going through. Like I said, I have my crystals. I have crystals sitting here. I mean, I got them. I love having my crystals. I have a jar full of different crystals. You know, they are wonderful. I wear crystals. The ones that I wear is for balance, because I have problem of balance, of being stable, keeping myself straight in a narrow. They did a balance test on me, and the doctor said I was all over the place. He said I don't see how can you do anything? How can you walk without falling? I don't, you know. And then they came out with these little balance bracelets. A friend of mine bought me 2. Thought maybe that would help. I wore the bracelets, and they did. They kept me balanced. I wore them until the little band wore completely off. And that's when my daughter got into crystals. And then I started reading up on different crystals and finding out different things about crystals. I'm like, ooh, this will help with balance. This will help with balance. So I started purchasing crystals, and I wear them for my balance. And they give me energy. You know, they help me be able to do these videos. They give me the confidence that I know that I have inside of me to be able to do this. But I'm not a person that likes to speak in public. But I can sit here in front of this camera and talk to you all. But if somebody asked me to get up on the stage and talk about my life, I'll break out in a sweat. You'll think I'm having a heart attack because I'll be drenched in sweat, because I have a fear of public speaking, and I do have a speech impairment at times, because I do get tongue-tied. And please forgive me if you can't. Sometimes I can't pronounce words like I should. That's my speech impairment kicking in. But it's a life that you get used to, you know. But I do keep myself occupied. You know, I like doing DIYs, and I love cooking, and those things that keeps me sane. You know, because with everything that's going on, you can lose sight of what's real and what's not real. You know, fibromyalgia is one of those things where that it'll come and then it'll go. But deep down, it's still there, and it's working its way back up to the surface again. You know, it's a work in progress to learn to deal with these immune deficiencies, because, excuse me, it's no fun. You know, have to sit and think about why this is happening. I don't do that anymore. I stopped thinking about that. And what year it was, in 2005? Yeah, it was 2005 when I stopped questioning why this is happening to me. Because I had a rude awakening. My doctor thought I was so depressed that she thought that I would hurt myself or hurt someone around me. So that I had to be Baker active for 72 hours. Within that 72 hours, I shared a room with 2 other women. Didn't know them, they didn't know me. When they went to sleep, I got on my knees and I prayed. And I asked God, if you let me get out of here, I will never question you again. I will accept what's going on and move forward. And when my 72 hours was up, I went home. And I have never been back. And I have never looked back. Because you have to talk to someone. You know, if you're going through something. You know, if you feel that you depressed or anything like that, talk to someone. If it ain't nobody but your doctor or a good friend, a family member, someone that understands you and that can help you find the answers that you need to find. The person that helped me find my answers was my Heavenly Father. He helped me that night to find my answers. I did their little program they wanted me to go through, and I went home. And they always say, well, we hope you don't come back. And I politely turned around and looked at them. I won't be coming back. You'll never see me here again. Never. In no facility like this again. And I have not. Because I was so stressed. It wasn't that I was depressed. I was stressed. And I couldn't think. And I thought that the only person that I could talk to at that time was my doctor. And then my doctor felt that I was depressed enough to put me somewhere that I knew I didn't belong. But, you know, that was a learning experience. I have a lot of those. You know, when I got diagnosed and when I went to go see this rheumatologist, because I went through so many rheumatologists, but this one rheumatologist had the nerve to tell me, there's nothing wrong with you. It's all in your head. But you have documentation sitting here in front of you. You did lab work just as well as my primary did lab work. And the previous rheumatologist did. lab work, and you have all of that in front of you, and you're going to sit there and tell me there's nothing wrong with me? It's in my head? You're fired. I got up and walked out in the middle of her talking because she was talking nonsense. You know, I'm sitting here telling you to feel like something crawling on me, something sticking me, and you telling me that's in my head? No, it's time to go. And see, I'm having fatigue now. This is what happens, when I'm having pain. The fatigue flares starts, the pain, because my neck is stiffening up right now. But it's just irritating to have these doctors to tell you, oh, it's nothing wrong with you. But there is something wrong. I'm hurting. It feels like something crawling on me. I'm jumping up in the middle of the night, throwing covers off the floor, off my bed, trying to find out, is there something in my bed with me? But it's me. It was me. And I went back to my primary and I let her know. I'm like, that doctor you sent me to, she said it was all in my head. She said, there's nothing wrong with me. And she's like, okay, so we just find you another doctor. And I have learned the difference between female doctors and male doctors. There's a big difference. It's a big difference. Because you have some female doctors that actually care. And then you have some that don't care. But they want you to still come and see them because they want that money. But I'm not going to go somewhere where you say you can't help me, or you telling me it's something, there's nothing wrong with me and it's all in my head. I'm not going to come back and see you. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my insurance that way. Because I can use my insurance for something else better. I pay a big, healthy premium every month. So I can be able to see any specialist I need to see, any doctor I need, primary doctor I need to see, if I need to find a new one. But I'm satisfied with the one I have because we have a great rapport. And same with my chemo doctor. We have a great rapport. As of now, I don't have a rheumatologist because there's nothing they can do for me. So why do I go and see you if there's nothing you can do for me? So I don't have a rheumatologist. I have a pulmonologist. I see him twice a year. He makes me do these breathing tests. He makes me do these stress tests. And we go from there. I have a heart doctor. I see him once a year. Because I have a leakage valve. I have a heart murmur. And all this is going on along with everything else that I'm going through. So it's just not that I have these autoimmune deficiencies. I have other illness on top of that also. And with the fibromyalgia, like I said, it's just mostly the tingling, the numbness, the muscle aches, the fatigue that I have to endure. But it's not every day. I suffer with fibromyalgia. It's there, but it doesn't flare up every day. And that's another thing that people have to understand. You can have these diseases and they One minute you're fine, the next minute you're not. And with me, I don't learn when they flaring up. I know what signs to look for, to notice different things. Like I said, my neck is stiffening up, and that's when I start fatiguing. That's another pain that's starting, you know. And I'm grateful that I'm able to come and do these videos. Sometimes I feel like I'm just rambling, but I'm hoping that y'all understand that doing these videos helping me to try to help others. And I want you all to understand, if you like my videos, hit the thumbs up, share my videos, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button so when I upload new videos, you'll know when they're up there. Because there is a lot more I would like to come back and talk to you all about. The next video I'll probably be putting out is about the pulmonary fibrosis, the lung disease that I have. And I'll be coming talking to you all about all the different surgeries that I done had doing the rheumatoid arthritis. So I would like to thank you all again. All the subscribers that I have, all the people that have watched my videos, shared my videos, thank you. I am so grateful and humbled that you all are doing this and that you going through this journey with me. Because like I said, you know, I prayed a year and a half on doing these videos, and I got my answer. Say, you know, you can teach other people, you know, and show them how you're living with these diseases. And I kept procrastinating, but I finally did, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I did decide to go ahead and get these videos out there. And please forgive the way my picture is looking today, because I am on my laptop today. My phone was acting weird, so I had to do it on my laptop. But thank you for letting me come into your home and sharing my life with you. Namaste.